Hello, hello. I'm just quickly popping on to go live one more time tonight. I got some beautiful photos from Tarna, and Nicole also sent me some photos late. I had to do a quick update on my Lightroom because my files would not open, or her files wouldn't open on my Lightroom. So I needed to give it a little update. So, anyways, here we go. We were live for about an hour and 45 minutes prior to this, just editing a lot of photos that you guys had sent in. So thank you so much. Here we are. We are in Lightroom. I don't think my head is in the way. No, we are good. So this photo is from Tarna. She's a very talented photographer. Let's go ahead and increase our exposure just right off the bat here, just so I can see the tones a little bit more in here. Beautiful photo. Good looking couple. She almost gives me like Mandy Moore vibes a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and apply Evoke, and we're going to have to increase exposure a bit more. I'm going to decrease temperature a little bit. So they do have really nice skin tones, and I want to make sure that I'm, keeping them relatively true to their tones. Now when I'm decreasing temperature here, I got to turn off my lights actually. I'm blinding myself. There we go. That's better. Perfect. Okay, so I do find that his pants are going a little bit too blue, so I'm just going to knock it back here a little bit in the HSL sliders. There we go. I'm going to increase exposure a little bit more, and I'm going to go to the magenta side of tint just a little bit more so that we can bring out the more of like the red undertones of their skin, but not too magenta. When I'm increasing magenta, I'm not just looking at their skin, I'm looking at the white in the photo as well, just to make sure that it's not going purple. Increase contrast a bit, a little bit of dehaze as well. Excuse me, sorry for the cough. I'm going to go ahead and also add a little bit of vignetting back in there. And then potentially with the brush, I'm just going to brighten up his face just a little bit, increase those shadows just a touch. There we are. There, I think I'd be happy with that. Here's the before and after. Beautiful photo. Okay, same couple. They're stunning. Let's go ahead and apply Evoke. It's going to be very dark, but let's brighten it up. I like how the light is just the way it's falling, and his face is creating a bit of shadow on her face. It's really lovely. Let's go and add some vignetting back in here. Let's decrease the temperature a bit because everything's a little bit too warm. Now this is a Sony, these are Sony files, just so you know. So I am able to edit all types of camera brands with Evoke. I have yet to have an issue, to be honest, with any particular camera brand. I myself am a Canon ambassador, so I can only speak for Canon. It's all I use. Obviously I became an ambassador because I was using a Canon, and I've stuck true to being a Canon girl for a long time. And yeah, so I currently shoot on the R5 and Mark IVs. I always carry one on each hip. I'm a dual camera kind of girl, no matter what I'm shooting, just because I don't like changing up my lenses so much. I'd rather just have them easily accessible. There we go. Maybe just a little bit more magenta there too. There we go. Beautiful photo. It's very sharp. Really nice. I hate to say it, but really nice camera. It's a really, really good quality photo. There. That's probably all I'd do with this photo. There's a before and after. I think their skin tones are good. Obviously, I don't know them in real life, so I can't quite tell you, but it looks like they have really nice, warm, yummy skin tones. Let's go ahead and apply Evoke. Now, this is way too on the green side, so let's increase magenta and warmth. And just some more exposure so we can see what we're doing here. There we go. Okay, actually, no, I'm going to reset this really quickly. Okay, so I wonder if this was, what time of day this was. It does look overcast, so, but let's keep it warm. We're going to make it warm. I think I'm going to have to use a masking layer a little bit on their skin. Increase contrast and dehaze. There we go. Okay, this is now starting to do what I want. We're getting a little bit too much light here, and his skin is a little bit dark, a little bit underexposed still. So I'm going to decrease exposure a bit coming in here, just so that the highlights aren't getting too bright. And I still got a little bit to do here with the tones, but let's just go ahead and put a brush on his face, increase exposure a little bit, maybe a bit of tint, a little bit of warmth. increase my shadows a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now when I increase, I can play around a little bit more. I can actually decrease this just a touch more. There we go. It's always weird talking about every little step that I do when I'm editing in my own. Obviously I'm not talking, so it's a little bit of a change up when you're editing for other people. Okay, now I'm going to take a brush and we're going to work on her face a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit on the gray side, just with the underexposure and the preset and everything, but increase tint a little bit, increase warmth. There we go. Beautiful. And then we can play with whites and highlights a little bit too. And I think I'm going to decrease the blue a little bit there too on her pants, just so they're not quite so blue. There we go. That's probably how I'd edit this photo. There's the before and after. Beautiful. Okay, and then Nicole had recently sent me some photos as well. She missed my little cutoff deadline for just the tip earlier today. Are these all from the same shoot? I believe they are. Oh, what a cute baby. Let's go ahead and put Evoke on there. Okay, there's the before. There's Evoke. So I'm probably going to edit this on the, whoopsies, on the warm side. Bring down my whites and my highlights just because on baby's face here, they're a little bit, those highlights are a little bit bright. So let's go ahead, click my brush tool. There we go. And I'm just going to decrease exposure a little bit, decrease whites, highlights, and I'm going to actually warm it up just a touch. There we go. Now I don't think I want to make this photo like too moody. I'd rather just kind of pay attention to my skin tones there on baby. There, I'd say that's pretty good. There's my before and after. Got a little cutie. Here he is with his mama. Just apply Evoke. Now, in the shadows, we're actually getting her hair is actually, and it's, here, I'm just going to reset it. Her hair is picking up a lot of blue in the shadows, just from, I think this is pretty midday, or it's maybe the sun's getting a little bit low, but just the way that the lighting is, and potentially too some reflection from her shirt. It's getting a little bit of blue undertones there, so we'll fix that. But I'm just gonna apply Evoke, decrease my highlights. I'm actually gonna decrease, I'm kind of looking at baby here for a second when I'm adjusting my exposure. Okay, that should be good. Increase my warmth. There we go. Increase magenta a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with a brush and I'm going to get rid of some of that blue. Just make it go to the warm side. There we go. No more blue in her hair. And even on baby's head there too if we wanted to. Actually, that's too warm there. Excuse me. Okay. And then I maybe make another brush and just add it here to mom's face a little bit. Just increase shadows just so that she's not super dark. And there we go. Before and after. All right, now let's go one last one here from Nicole. Same session. Probably going to edit it very similar. Increase the warmth, increase the tint. Decrease exposure maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Increase shadows. Now, what I would do is use a brush. I'm going to brush on her face. I'm going to increase exposure a little bit and warmth just because I want to make her face a little bit warmer to match everything else. And I can actually just use that same brush, I think. There we go. I can kind of warm up her hair there. All right. Now what I'm also going to do is add some vignetting and create one more brush layer, and I'm gonna, I could have used a radial filter or a linear filter, but I'm just gonna do this. I'm pretty loose with my brushes here. That's okay. And I'm just gonna warm it up just to, you know, change up the photo a little bit. Yeah, I think that actually made a big difference. Kind of give the photo a little bit more of a dimension there. There we go. If you wanted to, you could even just brush it down there. That changes up the vibe quite a bit, actually. Whoops. Not onto her dress, because it's getting rid of all the blue in her dress. There we go. That's how I'd edit this one. Here is a little before and after. Awesome. All right. Well, this quick little video was made for Tarna and for Nicole, but if you did pop in, there's not many people watching live right now. But if you did watch the replay, please comment below with the hashtag replay so I know you're here. But Tarna and Nicole, I hope you enjoyed the edits, and thanks for being part of my community.